Hello, everyone, and welcome to class. Thank you so much for supporting this fundraiser to support the wildfire relief funds in Maui. As we all know, there is a lot going on right now in terms of climate change all around the world. And Maui, what's been happening there, especially in the town of Lahaina, with the whole town having been wiped out, it's really quite heartbreaking. And many of us have even vacationed there at some point in our lives. And the least that we can do at a time like this is give back a little bit, try to be there and support as much as we can. And I'm really grateful that you're all here with me, that you are practicing yoga in more ways than just on the mat. Yoga is really about service, it's about giving back, it's about practicing compassion and extending beyond yourself. So that's very much what we're here to do today. I'm really excited to guide you through a gentle yoga flow. It'll be about 30 minutes. So what you'll need with you is a yoga mat. I always practice with blocks and I usually have a strap handy as well. So if there's any props that you would like to have on hand, please feel free to have those on hand as well. And thank you for switching over to Zoom with me. It was supposed to be YouTube, but oh, hello, hi. It was supposed to be YouTube, but I don't know, I think I'm just gonna have to switch away from that because every single time I have issues, it just doesn't show the webcam for some reason, and I know you guys need to see me. So Zoom it is. We're gonna go ahead and get started with a little bit of breath work, and I am recording this class and we'll share the link afterwards in case anyone wasn't able to join live or didn't see my email in time. I want to make sure you still get access. So we're going to start down on the mat with just a little bit of mindful breathing to center ourselves. So go ahead and take a seat and get comfortable, whatever that means for you. I usually like to sit in Sukhasana with my ankles crossed, or just sit back on my heels in Vajrasana. We'll be here for about 10 breaths, so just take your time arriving in the space. If you like, you can close your eyes or lower your gaze down towards the floor, just to kind of reduce a little bit of that external stimulation. And when you're ready, go ahead and seal your lips and just begin to breathe naturally, just noting where you're at in this moment, what your current state is, mentally, emotionally, and physically. How are you showing up in this moment? Breath in. And as you're inhaling, just take a quick scan of your body, noticing any muscular tightness, any tension, anywhere you might be gripping or holding on to anything that you might allow yourself to let go of. And as you exhale, release the breath with control, with intention, noticing your body, reset and prepare for the next cycle of breath. Take a deep inhale in. This time I want you to reach the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Tuck the chin slightly in towards the chest to release the back of the neck. We're really practicing the elongation of the spine here. And as you exhale, keep this length as you get a little bit heavier through your seat, releasing any grip in your inner thighs or your knees or calves, and allow yourself to be held by the earth. One more rep together, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And if you like, you can start to deepen the breath here, practicing Ujjayi Pranayama by lifting your tongue up into the back of your throat and continuing to inhale through the nose so that you are generating a bit of heat. It's a bit more detoxifying. Now we're going to start with a little bit of a spinal warm-up. So on your inhale, flip the palms up, lift your arms out to the sides, palms meet at the top of the breath, reach the fingertips up nice and high. And as you exhale, press the palms face down. Try to imagine there's a bit of resistance here, like you're pulling down on rubber bands. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Let's go over a bit. Inhale up. Okay, more space, all right. And exhale down. One more time, inhale up. This time on the exhale, you're gonna squeeze the elbows out to the sides, squeeze the shoulder blades in together, cactus the arms, open chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, compress. Inhale. Exhale. Last one here. Inhale. And this time on the exhale, left hand comes forward, right hand goes behind the back, gentle twist over the right shoulder. Keep those shoulders lower down away from your ears. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Inhale, lift up. This time, exhale, twist over to the right, or sorry, to the left. Right hand forward, left hand behind the back. Inhale forward. Exhale, twist right. Inhale forward. Exhale left. Inhale forward. And exhale, release both hands down to the mat. And we're going to go ahead and shift our hips back, coming into child's pose, Balasana. Just make sure you have enough space to move around a bit. Go ahead and shift the hips back. Press your arms down into the earth. Find a lot of length here through the spine. Allow your body to get heavy. And let's go ahead and walk the hands over to the right, getting a nice side stretch through the left side of the body. Breathe into the left rib cage. Allow yourself to expand and feel spacious. Take up all the space you need on your mat. And let's go ahead and walk the hands over to the left. This time the right hand can go over the left hand and feel the expansion and opening to the right side of the body. Inhale back to center. And exhale, go ahead and press yourself up to a neutral spine tabletop. We're going to go through a few cat-cow. Inhale, lift the chest, arch the tailbone up for cow pose. Drop the belly. You can even gaze forward or lift your gaze up slightly here. And exhale, let's round the spine, hollow out the belly, tuck the tailbone in. And the real hack here in cat pose is to press into your palms and into the tops of your feet to help get a little bit more of an arch in your spine and release any kind of compression that you might have along the spine. Using your foundation can be really, really helpful to achieve that space. Get into more of a flow now. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Let's go ahead and take any organic movements that you like here. Rolling the hips in circles. Flexing the spine, maybe side to side. Just explore all the different directions and space you have available to you. And if you like to get a bit of a hip stretch, you can tuck your toes and press the hips back here, getting a little bit of an open stretch. And come back to neutral tabletop. Let's extend the right leg behind us. You can flex the toes, stamp your heel onto the wall behind you. Let's take gentle circles. We're just waking up the hips just a little bit. One direction, slowly with control, and then go ahead and reverse that direction. And drop the knee down. Then extend that left leg, again, stamping that left foot on the wall behind you by flexing the heel. And go ahead and take gentle circles with your foot in one direction. And then reverse. Beautiful. Go ahead and drop that knee down. Tuck your toes underneath. And before we shift our hips up into down dog, I want to once again coach you through Hasta Bandha, the hand bind. So open your palm as wide as you can. Press down into all of your fingertips. And when you feel like you have as much surface as possible down on the mat, go ahead and draw your fingertips back towards the center of your palm. So you have a little bit of a suction cup effect happening underneath your hand. This is really activating all the muscles in your hand and allowing you to use the larger muscles in your arm to also take weight off of the wrist. Really, really important for a safe yoga practice. I always, doesn't matter how many classes I've taught, I always go through Hasta Bandha because it is very common for people to start hurting their wrists when they practice yoga. I did it all the time until I learned about Hasta Bandha, and this has just made my practice a lot more enjoyable. So once you have that grip, go ahead and shift your hips up into the air. This is where I like to use blocks because my arms are a bit shorter. So I like to elevate the floor, make it a little bit easier to take some of the weight off of my hands. But if you're up on blocks, continue to engage the Hasta Bandha by drawing the energy up into your armpits. Press the hips back. Tuck your chin to look back at your toes or your knees. Hollow the navel back into the spine, supporting the lower back here, Uddiyana Bandha, abdominal bind. And take a moment here just to pedal 1 foot out at a time, stretching the back of your calves. Or you can drop your hips over to one side and then the other, gently waking them up. And when you're ready, slowly walk your feet up to the palms for forward fold. Grab opposite elbows, bend the knees generously and allow your chest to hang over the thighs. Drop the crown of your head down. Again, we're using that gravity to help us release tension in the spine. Drop your hands down. Just take a few moments to sway side to side. And go ahead and drop your hands, come to the stillness, and gently roll yourself up to standing. Chin stays tucked in all the way to the top. Beautiful. All right, let's start getting into our flow. We'll start with some half sun salutations. Last thing I'll go through before we get started is Pada Bandha or the foot bind. So same thing. Just think of your feet as your hands. Lean back on your heels. Spread the toes wide and gently drop them down to the mat so you have a lot of surface area underneath your foot. From there, press your toes into the mat and draw them back towards your heels. So same thing, you're going to get that suction cup effect in the center of your foot. This is the difference when you are standing passively versus standing actively. When we engage Pada Bandha, we are using our foundation to its full ability. We are utilizing gravity and we are solidifying ourselves into the earth. So think of a tree without roots. When you don't activate Pada Bandha, you are a tree without roots. When you activate Pada Bandha, you are spreading your roots deep into the earth and giving yourself more stability. And when you do this, you'll do this kind of subconsciously, but you can also think about it. Draw your kneecaps up into your thigh muscles, and you're gonna feel a lot more engagement, a lot more stability. So if you were to engage your Pada Bandha and now lift up your other leg, or lift up one leg or the other, notice how much more stable you feel than if you release that leg, let go of your Pada Bandha, and now toss your other leg up. See, I fell over immediately. That was not staged. That was real. So very, very important to practice your bandhas. All right, gonna roll the shoulders down. Inhale, lift the arms up with Hastasana, upward facing hands. Slight bend in the upper back, gently press the hips forward. Exhale, bow all the way down. Padahastasana, hands to feet. Or to your blocks. Inhale, halfway lift, Adho Uttanasana, reach the crown of the head forward. Pinch your shoulder blades in together so your chest stays open. And draw the navel into the spine so your lower back is supported. Exhale, release down. Inhale, roll up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Pranayama, hands to the heart. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, half. Exhale, release. A little bit more breath and movement. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Pranayama. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, bow. Inhale, half. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to the heart, Pranayama. We're moving on to our first round of full Surya Namaskar. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Pranayama, hands to the feet. Inhale, step the right foot all the way back. Ashwasanchalasana, drop the right knee down. Reach the chest through the palms. Active through the front body. Hold the breath as you step your left foot back, plank pose. Exhale, drop the knees, chest, and chin down to the mat, palms as well, hips stay lifted and active, gaze forward. Ashtanga Namaskar, 8-point salute. Inhale, pull the chest through, Bhujangasana, hold breath. Squeeze the shoulders in together, the elbows stay tucked into the midline. Press into the tops of your feet here, still active through the whole body. Exhale, press back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Ashwasanthalasana again. Exhale, Padahastasana, left foot forward. Inhale, rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Pranamasana. Beautiful, that was a half round. We're gonna complete it on the left. Inhale. Exhale, bow. Inhale, this time the left foot steps back. Ashwasanthalasana, chest reaches forward. Hold the breath, right foot back, plank, press back through your heels. Press down into your palms, separate the shoulder blades, exhale, Ashtanga Namaskar. 8-point salute, hips stay lifted. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra. Active, active, active legs. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Inhale, Ashwasanthalasana, left foot forward. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Pranamasana. Oh, you all look so beautiful, yay. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, I just realized I should probably pin my screen so it knows which one to record. I think it should know though. Okay. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, Ashwasanthalasana, right foot. Hold the breath, plank. Exhale. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Pranamasana. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left foot back. Hold the breath, plank. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Pranamasana. We're going to move on to our next variation of Surya Namaskar, getting into some standing postures. Inhale. Sorry, we're going to go to chair pose. Inhale, sink the hips down, lift the arms up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Few things here. Continue to engage your Pada Bandha. You're going to engage Mula Bandha, or your root bind, by sort of zipping up the midline of your body. What I mean by that is, imagine there is something right down between your feet and you're trying to pull it up into your body. Just imagine your body is a magnet. That feeling of zipping up through the middle. Tuck the tailbone forward slightly and see if you can sink down a little bit more. Reach the fingertips high, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale. Hands down to the floor. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, step both feet back. Drop down, Chaturanga Dandasana. You can come all the way down to the floor if you like. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high, press the heel up. Keep your hips level and reach up through the heel. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Spin your left heel down flat. Rise up. Warrior one. This is a great time to start engaging your Pada Bandha. We're not quite balancing, but we are straddling and it can make us feel unstable. So a few things to make you feel more solid in warrior one. First thing, step your feet wider apart. You don't need to be walking on a tightrope here. Pull the left hip crease forward and the right hip crease back so you're not sideways. You're still facing forward. Press into the outer edge of your back foot. So it's common to start sort of picking up your back heel or leaning internally. Press back through the outer edge. For your front foot, press into your big toe mound and draw the knee inward. Lift up through the fingertips. Warrior one. One more breath here. Feel the power in this stance. Exhale, open the hands for warrior two. Right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches behind the back. Lower the shoulders away from the ears. Reach your fingertips in opposite directions. Legs stay the same. Inhale, flip the right palm forward. Find a little bit of length here before you tick-tock your hands back. Left arm down to your thigh, right arm reaches up and overhead. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, Anjaneyasana, pick up that back heel. Hold here for just a moment. Stretching through the left hip. Inhale, right foot back plank. Exhale, flow through our vinyasa, down to Chaturanga. Inhale, up, down. Exhale, down, down. All right, inhale, left leg high. Again, keep your hips level, kick up through the heel instead. Exhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Again, space your feet apart on the mat if you'd like some more foundation. Spin the right heel down, rise up. Warrior one, bend your left knee, reach up through the fingertips. You can also keep your hands separated if you like. Pull forward through your right hip crease, pull back into your left hip. Again, we want to face forward, same plane. Sink a little bit deeper if you can, one more breath. And on our exhale, open up, warrior two. Left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches back. The warrior series are incredibly powerful, incredibly stabilizing and strengthening postures, even if you just hold them static like so. So take your time, feel in your body where you are strengthening, where you might be holding on, where you are building a foundation, and where you can find some lightness. So for me, in warrior two, I like to really find stability by pulling my thighs in towards each other energetically, feeling that center of my gravity, and finding lightness through my shoulders rather than stressing them up high. Find lightness and see if you can almost kind of fly or float a little bit. Inhale, reach that left arm forward, flip it a little bit, turn back, reverse warrior. Legs have stayed the same this whole time. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, low lunge. Inhale, plank. And exhale, flow. We'll meet you back in downward dog. We're gonna go through that cycle one more time before we start coming back down to the floor. Inhale, gaze forward, step or hop your feet up, forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, release. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Take your time. Exhale, bow forward, Uttanasana. We're gonna move faster this time. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga. Get there however you like. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot high. Exhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, plank. And exhale, vinyasa. Back to down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, one. Exhale, two. Beautiful, everyone. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, plank. Exhale, cobra. And back to down dog. All right, moving along from here. Inhale, reach that right leg high. Exhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Go ahead and drop that left knee down. Release to the top of your foot. Inhale. Rise up for low crescent. Lift your arms up overhead. Press the hips forward. Reach your fingertips back. Like you're forming a C with the back of your body. Exhale. You're gonna come to half split. Ardha Hanumanasana. I like to use my blocks here on their medium setting. Extend your your right foot out in front of you. Flex your foot and drop your chest down, almost like you're bowing over your leg. Great hamstring stretch. We're gonna make this into a flow. So inhale, rise up, low crescent. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, low crescent. So our last one. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. All right, go ahead and walk your right foot to the outer edge of the mat. Bring your right hand to the inside. We're gonna set up for a lizard. Again, I'm gonna use my blocks just to give myself a little bit more space. A few options here. You can stay here in active with your chest lifted. Continue to press both hips down evenly. If you would like to open up a little bit, feel free to walk your right foot just a little bit more over to the edge of the mat and use your right hand to press your knee open. Just a little bit. You'll notice the inner edge of your right foot peeling up. You can stay here. Or if you'd like to take it to a full twist, reach behind you, make a thumbs up, and grab the outside of your right foot, flexing the foot back towards you. Allow your right knee to open up just a little bit so you have some space for this twist. Again, take any variation that feels good for you right now. This is also a great place if you have a strap to loop one end around your foot and just give your hand a little bit more extension by using the strap. Pull it over the shoulder. It gives you a little bit more room to sort of play with and experiment. Remember, your mat is like an experimentation zone. It's a play zone. Have fun with it. Not too serious. Go ahead and drop that foot down, come back to lizard. Shift your hips back, give yourself a little bit of space. And go ahead and lay your right shin down on the mat for pigeon. Walk your left foot behind you. You can stay up here in active or melt down to the mat. Again, you can use the blocks here to bring the floor a bit closer to you if you like. Stay here on your forearms or make a little pillow with your hands. Lay your forehead all the way down. If you notice that your right hip is coming down and your left hip is pulling up a bit, maybe you can place a block underneath that right hip just to keep your hips on the same plane, or roll the blanket. Another thing you can do if you don't happen to have props is pull your right foot further down the mat. So it's not, your shin isn't parallel to the top, just create a little bit more of an angle to give yourself some space. Take one more breath. All right, from wherever you are, let's come back to active pigeon and press back to downward dog. Beautiful. Let's repeat all of that on the left. Inhale, left foot high. Gonna reach up through your heel. Even up the hips. Exhale, Anjaneyasana. Drop your right knee down this time. Step your foot back just a bit. Inhale, low crescent. Chest to the proud. Reach your fingertips high. And just a little bit behind you, again, like you're forming a C with your back. And on the exhale, drop the hands down. Use your props if you'd like to elevate the floor. Extend that the left leg out in front of you. Flex your toes back towards your body. And melt your chest over that leg. Deep stretch here. Inhale, let's make this a flow. Rise up, low crescent. Exhale, half split. Inhale. Exhale. All right, on the inhale, let's go ahead and bring your left foot to the outer edge of the mat. Go ahead and loop your hands to the inside of that foot. We'll come up for lizard pose. Again, a few options I'll walk you through. Try to match what you did on the other side, but your body might be different, so just see what feels comfortable. You can stay right here in active, or you can use your left hand to press, turn around a bit, to press that left knee away, opening up through the front body and through the hips just a little bit more. Or if you like, bend that right foot towards your body, reach behind you, grab the foot for a twist. Again, utilizing your strap here if that would make it feel better. Go ahead and release that foot. Okay, looks like I'll have to wrap up in about 10 minutes. Cool, that's fine. Where was I? Oh, yes, left foot forward. Okay, let's go ahead and lay that shin down on the mat. Prepping for pigeon pose. You can stay up here and active or come down to deepen this hip opener just a little bit more. Make sure your hips are even. If your right hip is pulling up a little bit, just reduce the angle of your left shin or put a block underneath your left hip. Take 2 more breaths here. And 1 more. All right, go ahead and walk yourself back up. Come to down dog. And drop down to your knees, cross your ankles, and extend your legs out in front of you. We're going to start bringing ourselves down to the mat as we wrap up class. Flex your feet, inhale, lift your fingertips nice and high, stretch to the spine. And as you exhale, reach the fingertips forward. Rather than rounding forward, I want you to imagine you're pulling your chest to your toes. That's the level of extension I want from your lower spine. When you feel like you've reached your max, then go ahead and soften, allow the spine to round down. Let your hands come down wherever they may. You can also bend your knees if you like, you don't have to keep them flexed and straight. Just find some softness here when you drape down. All right, and here, go ahead and bend your knees. Reach your arms forward just for a little bit of spinal support as you gently lay yourself down on the mat. Just a few reclined postures. Keeping your left leg extended, bend your right knee into the body. Use your hands to pull it in close. Maybe take it in a few circles. Open your knee out to the right for Uttanasana. And use your left hand to guide it over the body, across to the left. Right arm and gaze go to the right. Recline twist. Come back to center. Give your knee one more squeeze. Swap your legs out. This time left knee comes in. Use your hand to guide it over to the left. Uttanasana, just opening the hip in all the directions possible. Then use your right hand to guide it over to the right. Gaze and arm go to the left. Come back to center. Hug both knees in. We'll do one final posture here, Āina Momona, happy baby. Reach up and grab the outsides of your feet. If that's not accessible, you can use a strap, or you can even just grab the backs of your thighs, pull them down to the mat, and just rock side to side. When you're ready, you can extend your legs out in front of you for Shavasana, corpse pose. And stay here for as long as you need, as long as it takes for you to reset and come back into your body, come back into this moment. And for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and roll over to my side, prop up. After asana is a great time to practice meditation if you do have the time for it now. Just because we've gotten rid of all the excess energy in the body, it's a great time to start from a blank slate. The mind is a bit more clear. So if you have the time, I highly encourage you to just sit still in silence for about 5 minutes. But we will conclude class here. Thank you so much for joining me for this fundraiser, for this class, for taking the time out of your day to practice with me. It really means a lot. I hope that you carry whatever you took from this class throughout with you in your day. Again, thank you so much for practicing yoga in more ways than just showing up on your mat, by practicing service, by practicing compassion and kindness. So I encourage you to take a moment at the end of your practice today, maybe privately after class, to send some love to the way of the people who've been affected by the wildfires. Your contribution is going to make a difference, and I appreciate you supporting this effort. Thank you all so much for joining class. I'll stick around for a couple seconds if anyone has any questions. But otherwise, I will save this recording, upload it to YouTube, and email it to everyone along with the proof of donation, as I always do, once I send that through, probably tomorrow. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you later. And if you share anything on social, feel free to tag me. I'd love to see your practice as well. Bye, everyone.